This here is Highway 61 Filling Station Show.
Hi, this is Elmer with the Highway 61 Filling Station Show, and it's an important show. Well, anyway, I was watching the TV and they were talking about this PSA test, and they were saying that wasn't necessarily real good because men would take this test and then it wouldn't work out for them because it didn't help them stay away from that PSA, whatever they're looking at. Well, anyway, and then Eddie told me that he thought we should, instead of doing a commercial, we should try out a PSA here. Well, I am not going to do some stinking PSA test on anybody, and on the TV they said to ask your doctor. Well, here's the deal. Where I live in Minnesota City, when I go to the doctor, it costs me money, and I don't make a lot of money. So here's what I'm thinking. As I went over to see Mrs. Zehren, now she used to be a school teacher, and now she's got the rooming house kind of in retirement, you know. And she's a nice lady, and she likes to be real proper, but she still talks about stuff, even like stuff in the body, you know, because she's not afraid of that, but she always wants to do it properly, so she uses the right words. So I was telling her I thought that the PSA had something to do with the prostrate. Well, no, she said it's not prostrate, because that's what you do when you bow down before a king or something. Well, so anyhow, you know, I remember, you know, the Three Stooges when I was a kid on the TV, and they go salami, salami, bologna, you know, and that's kind of like prostrate, and that's not what this is. And she said there's something called prostate specific antigen. I don't get that. Anyway, but so Eddie, she said that Eddie was talking about a public service announcement. Now that would be something I could do. Well, you know, before we get to that, I just wanted to say I got something to cut with, and now got the beef jerky open, and you could tell I'm going to need a piece. Wait a minute, there's something in here. Do not eat. Why are we not supposed to eat the beef jerky? I've been looking forward. Well, we'll do that later. Okay, so here's what we got. We got this public service announcement, and it's actually about, let's see, Mrs. Zehren, she's got this computer, and it's her own personal computer, and she can look stuff up on it, and she said that the internet, you heard of that probably, the internet is kind of like people could write papers about stuff and turn them in, but the teacher never grades them. In fact, the teacher doesn't even look at them. So they could say anything they want to say and nobody can change it. Or they do change it. What if they change their mind? And then she said, on the YouTube, not every video is actually really true. That maybe some of them are fake or tricks, or, well, I guess they do that in the movies too. They make tricks, and because my crazy cousin Richard out in California, you know, LA, you know, he kind of worked on making tricks, you know. He did that thing for it was Jay Leno, you know, at 10 o'clock. Well, of course, that didn't work out for him, so he had to get another job. So he got that Tonight Show back, and then crazy cousin Richard's pictures on that behind him, you know, when it's looking at anyway. So anyway, she got this thing out of the internet, and well, you heard of that guy that he has that pet gecko that talks and walks around, and he's real short, you know, well, much shorter than me, and his name is Warren Buffett. Well, he's a really important guy, and he had his own it's a tax named after him called the Buffett Rule. Imagine a tax named after him. So here's the deal. I don't know who that income tax was named after, because I don't think people like that, and I'm sure if that guy was still around, they would probably do something bad to him, because the people don't like income tax. And then the other thing is the sales tax. Well, I know who that was. It was Soupy Sales. Remember him? We used to laugh at him on the TV, and I guess he got so rich he got his own tax. Well, that's not fair. So here's the deal. We got this new treatment for the prostate, and the reason I mentioned Warren Buffett is because he has the prostate cancer. Well, remember that the guy named Tricky Dick used to be the president, and he got us into a war. No, not the Vietnam War. He didn't get us in, he got us out. So he got us into the war on cancer. So that hasn't worked out too good, because people like Warren Buffett still get a prostate cancer. But it kind of worked out good, for some of the people, because the truth is that no women are dying from prostate cancer anymore. So it's worked out halfway. But of course, if you're a woman, that's good for you, but not for me, because I'm not a woman, Anyway, so they got this new treatment for prostate cancer, and I can't even tell you about it because I don't know enough about it. So just say, ask your doctor, or if you don't have a doctor you can afford, go to Mrs. Zehren and she'll explain it to you. Anyway, that's it for now. I'm going to say peace, and see you later, alligator.
Highway 61 filling station show. It's not just Minnesota nice anymore.